All right, we have a forum. We'll call the first meeting of October together for the Honolulu Grove Board of Supervisors. The pledge will note all supervisors are present, in addition to the clerk, treasurer, and the administrator. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. If you have cell phones, if you wouldn't mind putting them on vibration or turning them off. A reminder to the board, please speak into the microphone. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. We have the minutes of 9/21 board. Are there any additions, corrections? Excuse me.
I'll move to approve minutes of September 21st, 2016.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And then we have a special board meeting of 9:30.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the special board meeting on September 30th, 2016.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, you have the bills. Are there any questions on the bills?
I ask this all the time, how come Biden don't pay that with a credit card?
What?
The,
Number one.
the postage. We keep buying,
Which one are you asking about? I'm sorry.
the postage, shouldn't you just buy that with your credit card, then the town have a credit card?
Yep.
What line are you on?
14.
Oh. Well, it's nickel and dime stuff, postage, $5 here, $3, $4 there.
I thought we were talking about rolls of stamps and stuff.
No.
Okay, are there any other questions? If not, I'll move that we approve the bills as presented.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Excuse me, administrator's report. What?
I don't know if I reported this before, but we had the meeting with coastal management in Green Bay on the 6th of September. The dive club apparently has come up with some more money to get this project going, and depending on what happens later on in the meeting, we'll be filling out the application for a grant. Finance has met, worked out the budget. The levy will go up approximately 14 cents per thousand. That means a owner of a $200,000 piece of property would pay an extra $28 in town taxes this coming year. The agenda is posted as required throughout the town, and it's also on the website. Listening session was had on the 12th regarding the Women's Club. A clerk workshop was held on the 14th in Sturgeon Bay with Janet and JR went to regarding election procedures, getting ready for the onslaught in November. Recycling was held here on the 17th. It was down a little bit from previous recycling events. Budget informational meetings have been held on the 20th to explain the budget with very light attendance. The turnout for transportation meeting was held in Sturgeon Bay on the 29th. The theory was to have every county in the state hold those meetings at the same night, and then they would turn in a report to the governor showing that we do need help in fixing roads. The extra money that was budgeted for this year, I don't have that in front of me, but the lowest recipient of funds were towns, as always. Counties and cities won the race again. Newport Lane is being worked on, it should be just about done this week. It looks real good down there. The guys did a minimal job of tree removal and work on their breaker run is being installed. It should be finished tomorrow. The signs are done. We have 2 sites that are just about ready for the signs. One person on 57 is selling the property, so they're not sure exactly if they would, the new owner would want that sign there again, so that one is in limbo a little bit. And the one over by the bank is another non-conforming sign. I'm in negotiations and meeting with somebody tomorrow to select what I think is a better site than where the current sign sits.
Are you talking about at Associated Bank?
Yeah. It's a non-conforming sign because it's the DOT regulations now that it has to be 300 feet from the intersection. And the one over on 57 is the same thing. So the one on top of the hill is a non-conforming sign, but if we put the sign within the current posts, it'll be okay. We can't replace the whole thing because that'll be 100% replacement. So we're going to put the
Otherwise, you have to be 300 feet from a intersection. In other words, that would have been Town Line Road and 42.
Town Line Drive at 42 and then Grove Road at 57 on the other side,
Right. So how many feet are you from it? Yeah, about.
150.
The reason I ask is I wonder if the sign really isn't visible there. If you got it across the street, it'd be a lot more visible.
And that's what I'm working on. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna suggest that we discuss the listening session on the Women's Club at our next meeting. Okay, public input. Any general comments anybody wishes to make?
I simply want to know, is there a printout of the ordinances that you're about to consider?
Do you have them?
They're on the website. I did not print out for this meeting, no. They'll be up on the screen.
Okay.
All right, anybody wish to address the board on an agenda item?
Yes, please. 10 and 11.
Anybody else? Okay, going on then, consider grant application for staircase at Portismore Park.
The Finance Committee has included $10,000 in the budget. The coastal management basically will not consider any application if the town doesn't have money in it. So 2 years ago, we went ahead with the application and appeared before coastal management, and they denied it because of that fact. Last year, we talked to them ahead of time and said basically the same thing, and so we didn't reapply. So this year, if the board so desires and wants to contribute the 10 toward the staircase, then the application would be filled out and submitted. The deadline is November 4th or November 5th.
I'll make a motion that we invest the $10,000 as it's been budgeted.
Second.
Discussion?
I'd like to be on record as being opposed to that. I think that the use of the property is going from residential to more of a commercial, and that really isn't a commercial area over there.
Anybody else?
This actually is in next year's budget,
Right.
so maybe at this point it would be better to decide to do the grant application and commit those funds after the first of the year.
I'll pull you a second.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to
Apply for the,
apply for the grant application and have the funds approved, or be approved next year as they are in the Discussion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-1. All right, going on to the Personnel Committee. Personnel Committee has recommended to the board that, excuse me. I'm sorry. To go ahead with the recommendations presented to the committee, or to the board, through the Personnel Committee, of the wage comparison for the 2017, comparison to the 2017 budget. And I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation for personnel. Kind of convoluted motion, sorry, Janet. Discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then also I'll make a motion to approve Humana as the carrier for the 2017 insurance medical carrier for the town.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Should you, well, should you ask a bit more specific about that? Is there some sort of policy number or something on there?
No, there's no policy.
As presented, there's a plan, point of service, 12,
Down towards the bottom, the name of the plan, up towards the bottom.
Isn't that where?
Towards the bottom.
non-point of service 16, is it called?
Option 3.
I'm sorry, it's up at the top, it's NPOS 16.
16. Who did the second one, sorry?
I did.
You did, or you want to call it?
Sure.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation of the Personnel Committee to approve Humana, and the policy or the plan is the NPOS 16 copay option 3.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, consider ordinance 716 regarding noxious weeds and invasive species. You have a copy of that ordinance? Janet, do you want to make, mention this, you talked to the county on this?
Yeah, I talked to the county. In section 3, where it has definitions, those 4 are the ones that the county is recommending. There are tons of other invasives and noxious, but to control them would take years and years and years and years. These 4 are ones that they track, that they have sites that they know for sure that there are, like this common and cutleaf teasel. They know exactly where these are located and they can go after and get at them.
Remember, the request made at the last meeting that there's a lot more noxious weeds that we could include, but the list would get so long, I think we'd probably go ahead and include this.
Just FYI, there was a thing in the Advocate today. The Door County Land Trust received a grant to fight phragmites. And they are working with the Ridges and I'm trying to think of what the other organizations, but between the 3 of them, they've got almost $500,000 so far. Now, how that's, with this in place, we can cooperate with them in terms of them coming in and identifying the areas that really, like for instance, Sand Bay, south of Sand Bay. Even though that's private property, the phragmites have taken over and they're encroaching on the beach itself.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 7-16, an ordinance regulating noxious weeds and invasive species.
Jim wanted to talk, right?
Yeah.
No, he was,
Can you scroll that ordinance to the bottom? I'm at a disadvantage here because I'm seeing it for the first time.
thank you, Jerry.
Is it the same as the Jackson Port one?
I had, wait a minute, I had Jim down for number
10 and 11.
10 and 11.
10, 11, okay, I'm sorry. Jim, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sort of.
Is it the same as the
You
Jackson
pretty-
Port?
Yeah, pretty,
If I understand it correctly, it requires all property owners in Liberty Grove to remove their noxious weeds. Thank you.
you seconded that?
And that there is a fine if you don't, is that correct? Did I understand this correctly?
Yes.
How would you police that?
We probably would have to hire a noxious weed inspector.
For all the properties in Liberty Grove?
I think in reality, well, you would hope that the individual property owner would take it upon himself. And if not, I'm assuming that, somebody can say, hey, whistleblowing, yeah, whistleblowing.
It's done through the county.
And it's done through the county.
What is done for the county?
The county has locations of where these 4 particular ones are, and this now gives them the authority to go to where all these different types are located and start getting rid of them.
Here was the problem, Jim. Everyone had agreed to it except one person. One person, the phragmites on their beach could just continue to spread, and so it was sort of wasting a lot of time and money to go after the phragmites there, unless you get everyone to clear the phragmites. You can't leave one patch of phragmites and be like, you're wasting your time and effort by that. So the county can now, correct me if I'm wrong, come back and have the noxious weeds taken out whether the person likes it or not.
Okay, well, the motive sounds wonderful. The application in detail is kind of iffy, I think. It raises a lot of questions, but thank you for informing me.
Who seconded that?
Who would, second on the motion?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Excuse me, and then on to ordinance number 8-16, which is an ordinance amending ordinance 9-08, which is the code of, the code of town of Liberty Grove, Wisconsin rules for deliberation, parliamentary procedures, and duties.
This is the 8-16?
Yes, 8-16.
This was brought to you guys last time when you asked for some changes. All the changes are in red.
I have in section 10(2)(1), it says, in the black, on the red, it says, employees of the town in his or her capacity as chair, supervisor, or employee of the town board. Shouldn't it just say employee of the town? They're not an employee of the town board.
It would be consistent with the rest of the paragraph.
I move that we accept the changes in the ordinance with the deletion of the word board in the second sentence, in the second line of section 10.2.
Second.
Discussion,
Do you want me to speak to this too?
Jim?
Well, there's only a third of the ordinance on the screen.
Right, she's gonna roll it up.
This isn't the whole ordinance, this is
No, this is
amendments
just
to the
one little
ordinance.
section of it.
The whole ordinance is 5 pages,
Yeah, but there was some red at the top.
right?
Right.
It's to change the title of it.
The title is changed with the addition of an ethical conduct.
Okay. And what's at the bottom? What's the enforcement?
Oh, well, okay, what's been added, Jim, on 10.2.2
Yeah.
is violation of section 10.2.1 at the discretion of the majority of the board voting may result in one or both of the following sanctions: a fine of $100 for each offense, or B, censure by formal vote of a majority of the members of the town board by a town resolution disapproving of a chair, supervisor, or employee's conduct.
Okay, thank you, that
Sure.
satisfies me.
All right, we have a motion to approve ordinance number 8-16, amending ordinance 9-08. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And going on, operator license renewal,
None.
none. Correspondence, none.
Right.
As mentioned earlier, the turnout and transportation agenda is in the correspondence basket and shows the percentages of increase in money that was allotted to various municipalities and governments. On the general transportation aids, county's got 8.1%. Municipalities in general, 4.7, cities and villages, 6.3, and towns, 2.5. So we're, again, lagging behind. Utilities committee meeting tomorrow morning at 7:45 at the treatment plant. The agenda for that, talking about grease trap ordinances and clarifier repair, retreatment plant.
Smelly topic.
Very interesting. UW Extension has a flyer out on local government issues, challenges, and strategies. What they're doing now is they're doing all this by audio over the telephone. So there's a lot of various topics here that are between now and July of 17. So do we put that on your 2017 calendar? The LA Regional Planning has sent out a survey to communities with economic development projects that they might have in mind or working on, so they can incorporate that into their programs. And if they need anybody needs assistance, they would have staff to help out. Application for a proposed pier, Todd Schwartz is going to replace 11-foot wide, 90-foot long crib on, and add 2 openings at 1214 Garrett Cave Road. The payment for municipal services worksheet is here. We get reimbursed for fire protection for the towers here on the hill. The amount is $252.46. And part of it is for Newport State Park also. There's a questionnaire here as to what we provide, police, fire, or solid waste. The only one that we check yes is fire. I checked yes for police service one time many years ago, and I got a pretty quick response saying no. Note of thanks and let you know your business is very much appreciated with Scott Construction. I had an interesting discussion today before the utilities meeting with Mike Skell, talking about the hustle that much, because what has happened is when they did their videoing of the piping, they discovered that there were some residences that were pumping some pump water out of their basements into the treatment system. So once these were discovered and fixed, they had kind of offset the increase from the number of people and activity at various establishments this summer. And what they do to fix these things now, they actually send a camera in there, and then they can send a camera up into the laterals and find out where the holes are. Then they have a apparatus that installs some kind of a sock or something in there, and then they inject sealant, which makes essentially a new tube, and then it's all done from inside the pipe. You don't have to dig them up and replace them, so that's pretty interesting.
Heart surgery, isn't
A stent.
I hope they notify the wound.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's a snake moth coming out of the toilet.
Okay,
The basement's flooded, why?
future meetings.
Is there a fireworks tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, 7:45, utilities, fire board, when?
9:30 tomorrow.
Okay. In-office voting starts Monday and goes through
November 4th.
November 4th. Plan commission on the 12th at 7 o'clock. County clerk and treasurer meeting at 7 o'clock on the 13th. Flu clinic here on Friday the 14th from 11 to 12, 1 hour only. The budget hearing, town meeting, and special board meetings on the 18th, beginning at 7 o'clock. Town board on the 19th at 7 o'clock. Core group meeting on the 20th at 7 o'clock. Also, Green Bay and Chicago at 7:25. Chief officials meeting, 7 o'clock, Gillies Harbor Town Hall on the 27th. Board on November 2nd. Last day to request an absentee ballot is November 3rd, and early voting on the 4th, election day on the 8th. And that takes us through the election.
Okay, before we adjourn, I have two. First one is from Carl Gustav Jung, a psychiatrist. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Albert Einstein, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. I move we adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned. Or sit adjourned. Thank you. So we actually scheduled the thing on the charrette.
We didn't have the